Let's analyze Bitcoin and the crypto ecosystem. Yesterday, it was quite evident that we experienced a bear market, not only in Bitcoin but also in Ethereum, Solana, Cardano, Polkadot, and the entire crypto ecosystem. Here, we can look for a short-term trading idea. Okay, Solana, nothing is going up, right? We need to let them rise a bit and try shorts here in Solana. In the end, what are we doing? After the trap, we look for the test and aim in that bearish direction. We had a defense zone marked which had already been trapped. And what happened now? Another trap. So we no longer believe in this defense zone and the price could, let's say, continue freely downward. There's still room to fall to the base of the channel. Now let's analyze Bitcoin. What are we seeing here? First, let me tell you that we are going to focus exclusively on the short term. And now, look at the following. We have slightly updated the structure. This bullish channel floor that we have been working on after a strong impulse. The new structure means we haven't experienced any traps so far. And here, what we've been analyzing is the following. We have a micro bearish impulse that has initiated a channel. Here, we will wait for a range and a deceitful bearish climatic action. Why? Initially, to generate a structural trap that the average retail investor wants to sell. Then, the big institutions would go for some liquidity. The whales that have been reaccumulating long positions throughout this range, here we have already identified where the large transactional volume nodes are located. What it tells us is that these levels, in case institutions want to drive the price up, will be defended. Therefore, we are considering a classic structural trap promoted by a deceitful bearish climatic action, which the institutions will see if they want to defend here. And that's the point, the area where the end of that trap could come to initiate an impulsive movement, since ultimately we also give great value and importance to the fact that they are already warning us of a potential structural bullish breakout due to this breakout, this escape. This can be revealing itself and telling us, friend, at some point we are going to break upwards. In fact, that's what we expect. But as I just explained, we see that a scare, a trap, may come before making the move we expect. And before continuing with the analysis of Ethereum and the altcoins, I want to show you these meme coins. Look at how bearish they are. If you recall, in previous videos, we have been observing Pepe, Mog, Wojak, Ponke, and Peng, where our message was, the meme coins are getting saturated. Any headlines where everyone sees that we are in the midst of a meme coin frenzy. And friend, these meme coins have no value, so it might be a good strategy to see how we can get into bearish movements. And the meme coins have already started with these bearish movements with drops of 7, 13, now 60, and even 50. I recommend you go watch this video where we specifically talk about meme coins, discussing why we need to prioritize or look for when the price wants to turn around, because meme coins are not going to keep rising indefinitely. As a learning opportunity, I suggest you go watch that video. I'll leave it up in the YouTube cards on the top right, as well as in the description and the pinned comment of this video. And now, let's analyze Ethereum. But first, welcome to Crypto Insight, your ethical and moral channel for cryptocurrency technical analysis. Here, we really know what we're talking about. We conduct advanced technical analysis that has been developed for over 12 years. We upload videos several times a week. If you're enjoying what you're seeing, let me know and leave a comment with your opinion. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click on the bell so you don't miss the next opportunity. Take a look here at Ethereum. The first thing I need to tell you is that we have updated the structure. Notice that this bullish channel now includes this recent bearish attack. Since the previous structure might have passed through this area, they could be telling us, hey, the trap has already occurred. Frankly, we don't know if it's the end point of the drop, but we call for prudence and to consider the search for the new structure, thinking that there hasn't been a trap yet, and we see that the alpha angle of work is very well respected and defended. What does this mean? It means that this structure still supports the idea of why not seeing some kind of structural trap. It remains on the table. With the previous structure, this event would no longer be possible and we would be doing something wrong. And if we then consider that here, look closely, we have a strong bullish impulse. Here we have the W, here the Y, and you cannot deny that this is not IZ. Notice how I label it. It goes like this. So on micro levels, in that 1 hour time frame, remember that the Z waves can extend as much as they want. Therefore, if we keep dropping, if we think about Bitcoin and work on the the cross analysis, remember, as we have been talking about, the importance of this bearish impulse in Bitcoin, the start of the channel, the creation of the range, and that we might get a structural trap, a final bearish climatic action. This leads us to think that Ethereum would simply continue in the Z wave, creating a structural trap going to the defense zone, which wouldn't be the end of the world. And then, eventually, yes, the price would turn around, just like Bitcoin. Don't get lost. What I mean is that we are crossing the technical analysis, and this leads us to think, in other words, let's be positive in the crypto ecosystem and how good it would be to look for buying opportunities during the dips. And if we take a quick glance at Solana, notice how we have experienced a bullish accumulation process that has already broken its creek, that we are already heading up, which at the same time is part of a complex corrective pattern relative to this bearish impulse. Here you have the W, the I, and the Z in the form of a wedge, which has already broken out and is recently being defended by a defense zone. So, if we zoom into this whole area, we will see the following. Here we have an impulse. Here the price has been followed with a channel. Here we are experiencing a range. I asked myself, where is the bearish climatic action? Honestly, at least for now, I don't see it. At the same time, here we have a structural compression against a defense zone that has already been broken. What we are considering here is whether there will be immediacy or not to look for that climatic action. Frankly, we don't know, but that is the possibility. There it is. Here, we'll see if it gets taken out and takes a bit more time to look for the climatic action or what. But we think they can generate a trap here. Very visible since we have a gap here and it can go to visit the origin of the breakout to then look upwards. As mentioned, we'll see if we get immediacy, which could be to somehow go to the origin of the breakout and then start looking to the other side. Cardano makes things a bit complicated for us, but even so, we are seeing that they might be plotting. In the end, we have drawn a volume profile over this entire range, and we will pay great attention to the value area. We just need to remember what the price does when it makes an excursion outside the value area. I think I don't need to tell you because you can already see it. That's when we will work under this hypothesis of saying, hey, if we expect a bearish climatic action due to Ethereum's Z wave, due to the structural trap that Bitcoin can make, hey, why can't Cardano make a visit to the value area low at some point, or even go outside the value area as a trap, a very good zone where the price could turn around? This is what Cardano tells us. And remember that in 1 hour, Polkadot, we have been working on this macro range. We have been saying that this structure we have updated could be the classic ladder before breaking the creek strongly and aggressively. And here we think, hey, why not? They could make a trap or a climatic action along with the entire crypto ecosystem. Here we would be watching the defense zone. They could even fake it a bit. Why not? But here, we would expect a recovery to be able to look upwards. In conclusion, yes, we expect a climatic action and then to rise. And if we now focus on this macro Z wave we are experiencing in Bitcoin and zoom in a bit, here what we will see is that regarding this inverse bearish impulse, we have AU, and that's when I tell you that we are missing a Z. In other words, we have an attack here, a second attack, and I'm missing a third one before eventually, who knows, starting to prioritize looking downwards on a macro level. Keep in mind that we are talking about different time frames, which I know can be somewhat complex for newcomers. But to summarize, we expect a bearish climatic action at this level. At the next level, who knows, to look upwards. That's where we would be experiencing the Z, and we will see at that moment when and from which point of the Z we can start looking downwards. Leave me your opinion in the comments. And if you like this video, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell so YouTube notifies you of future posts. Good luck with your trading and see you next time.